All right, guys. Hey, look, we're going to start talking more about hitting. I know I kind of teased and had that one video on there discussing our approach to hitting, but then there's the mechanical side. So for this video and the ones that are going to follow, I'm going to break it down, but we're going to go over kind of my thoughts on the mechanical side of hitting. Some of these things that we need to be doing along the way, which basically everybody does. Now, I'm not telling us that we all, or telling you that we all have to look alike. We're all going to have different stances. We're all going to have different kind of types of swings along the way, but there's going to be certain positions within the swing, whether you're tall, short, really spread out, or narrow, that we're all going to be doing basically the same throughout the swing. So we'll go over each one of these individually, but we've talked about this during practice. And essentially there's like 4 dots. I want to say, like, connect the dots. There's 5 parts of our swing, 4 of which are going to kind of be consistent, right? Points or dots along the way that we want to hit. Now, number 1 and number 5, I'll say if there's 5 points, number 1 and number 5 are going to be different for all of us. Why? Because number 1 is our stance. Now, you can have a different stance. You can have your hands low. You can have your hands high. You can have your bat on your shoulder. You can point the bat this way. You can point the bat that way in your stance. You can do almost whatever you want. There's been so many. There was if you look on YouTube, guys, look up another video. Look up Craig Counsell and his stance, and he's like so uncomfortably uncomfortable. It looks kind of. Look up Tony Batista. Tony Batista. Not Jose Batista in the bat flip, but Tony Batista. You're the pitcher. He stood literally like this. And he kind of leaned into it a little bit, and then he went for his swing. He took his stride. I played with a guy in winter ball whose stance was literally like this. Hands were straight up, bat was down his back. Okay, it doesn't matter how you start. Also, along the same lines, number 5, all of us are going to finish differently. Number 5 is going to be our finish. Follow through to finish. Some people will finish with 2 hands. That's how I finished. Some people will finish with 1 hand. Some will finish up high. Some will be a little more down low. Okay? One of my favorite players when I was a kid, look him up on YouTube, Darryl Strawberry, finished down low. Some people finish a little abbreviated, Chase Utley style. Look him up. Chase Utley finished like right here. Okay? Just how you finish is going to be a little bit different for all of our uniqueness that we are. That's where you got to add your little style, your flavor to it, your flair, your comfort level. Again, you got to be comfortable in your stance. So that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to talk about the load. So point number 1 is our stance. These next 3 are going to be pretty consistent. Okay, next 3 things we're going to talk about are going to be pretty consistent. Points along the way, playing connect the dots. So number 1 is our stance. That's up to you. The next 4 points are actually parts of the swing. The load, how we're going to start the swing and then get to contact is number 2. Number 3 is our extension. All right, if you're thinking now, what's extension? It's the only time in our swing where both arms should be fully extended together. And then the 4th one, the last part of the swing, actually number 5 total, is going to be our follow through to finish. Okay, however it is you finish. So number 1 and number 5 are going to be different for each and every one of us, but those 3 in the middle should be very consistent. So think about that for a little bit and do some searching if you want. You can check out other people's stances, some of your favorite players. But if you slow all of these swings down and freeze frame them, those 3 points in the middle that I'm going to talk about are going to look very, very, very similar no matter how they started or how they finished. Okay? Those 3 points in the middle are going to be very consistent. So join me on the next video. Look at the next one. We're going to be talking about the load up.